Hello and welcome. This is going to be the presentation for the walkthrough for boards. Alright, so the goals of the game programming degree at UAT, what I've learned through the process of getting my degree in game programming at UAT. Here we can see the SIP project that I did in Unreal Engine 5, where I was developing the mechanics necessary to showcase the project involving altering probability in real time as part of a game mechanic. Here's the traffic cop, which I've been working on for the past 30 weeks. So, degree objective 1, implement completed games, including 3D games, using common tools, languages, and software for web, console, PC, or mobile games. So, I started off last semester as programming lead for Traffic Cop, and this semester I am project lead for Traffic Cop. So I feel that the two projects, or the project with Traffic Cop, the project for SIP, and then this one, which was done in order to implement various gameplay mechanics of a third-person hack and slash, served pretty well to introduce me to the mechanics and the overall interactions involved with developing a game and building it from almost scratch, because all three of these were made in Unreal. So that takes a lot of the heavier lifting off. So with game programming, objective 2, design, develop, and implement the architecture and infrastructure needed to support a complete game project. So with that, obviously, since you're using the middleware of Unreal or Unity, a lot of the stuff is already done for you, like it was up here with the final project for, I believe, GP 345 or 340 something, which was to make a whole game in the Unreal Engine. And that was my first real introduction to Unreal Engine before I started working with it for the 30 weeks that I've spent on Traffic Cop now. The structure of a game. So, implement and analyze the fundamental data structures and algorithms associated with game applications supporting game mechanics. So, with this one as it's shown right here, is this is the backend for this game here. And what we can see here is the health decrement and increments for something being created or destroyed when it's hit. And then down here we can actually see one of the earliest prototype levels for Traffic Cop. And part of that structure is including the colliders, the waypoints, the navigation, and all of the various collision boxes and collision features necessary to make it so that a three-dimensional actor that's behaving under the effect of gravity can move realistically in a world. And then down here, this was the Basphere program that I did for the C# class, the C++ class for game programming, wherein which we were doing recursive descents through a console-based program using a gameplay loop. All right, so designing a dream. Use software development process to analyze a project problem and design, build, and test corresponding software solution. So as you can see with the background here, I built this level using the assets provided by the art team and other assets which were bought off of the Unreal Store in order to immediately prototype level to be able to make a showcase of the animation aspects of it, the pathfinding aspects, and other various motive factors involved with creating a interactive gameplay experience with dynamic feedback for the player to actually enjoy controlling a situation. In this instance, for Traffic Cop, it's a job simulator. And for this instance, you're a scientist descending into one of the deepest parts of the ocean and running into completely unexpected problems. So, degree objective 5, demonstrate and Demonstrate development skills using multiple programming language, development environments, and platforms, including advancing and/or experimental topics in game programming. So the experimental topics that I would obviously be drawing on is Unreal Engine 5 and the dynamic shift that Unreal Engine 5 has in comparison to the previous versions is that Unreal Engine 5, instead of building out spaces that the player can move in, you have to stop the player from being able to move everywhere. That's one of the most significant shifts between 4 and 5 is that everything is now a positive space, and in order to stop people from going someplace, you have to put in obstructing barriers. Okay. The other radical developments that I had to do in order to accomplish things was that, like for Traffic Cop, I had to develop the new waypoint system in order to not have the cars be too smart. That sounds strange, but one of the issues that I had with the earlier game is that the cars were too smart. They would actually go through and avoid hitting each other because the dynamic pathfinding of Unreal Engine 5 would actually make them avoid running into other dynamic objects. So in order to achieve gameplay we needed where in which the cars would collide and explode, thus producing consequence for failure, I actually had to go through and make them dumber so that they wouldn't avoid running into one another. All right, leadership. Objective 6, establish collaboration, mentorship, and professional leadership skills by working with other disciplines to deliver highly polished and complete games. All right, so what I did was for the first semester that I was a part of the Traffic Cop team, I was lead programmer, and now this semester, fall semester, I am the project lead for the program. And currently, as I speak this week, we are wrapping up the development of Traffic Cop so that we can pass it on to the next semester and have them fully completed. Other than this, there was the one project that we did in game design class, or game production class, which was we made the Carnatica game, which was interesting. Think Cards Against Humanities, except you're trying to make a story headline instead. It was interesting. The art style and the art leadership was also interesting. But yeah, it's been an experience. So I'd like to reach out and say thank you to Professor Henry as my subject matter expert for this, and thank you for your time and for watching.